How's it going, everybody? I'm the BTC Reaper. My goal on this channel is to teach you how to reap the rewards of trading when the price is going up or down. Stochastic is falling on our total. We're not covering the Dixie. If you remember, that's closed for the weekend because it's a stock. All stocks are closed during the weekend. If you'd like to see more stocks, we could cover them as well. Our RSI is overall slipping. Our money flow is coming out. Our VWAP is in the bearish territory, but is coming up. If our VWAP can keep coming up and cross through this neutral, we could get some bullish strength that could continue forward. However, if our VWAP starts to roll off here, we could get some sort of a double top that could play out and carry us down. It wouldn't be too strong since this is a pretty tight area. But if you counted this as part of the double top, where this would be a leg up, then that would be a little bit more drastic of a drop. We were on the 1 hour. We'll go on to the daily for our Bitcoin dominance. Sorry, my mic's like right in front of what the time frame is. Over on dominance, here, let's jump back to total. Stochastic is running up on the daily. We are above our Fibonacci level. We got rejected again by our resistance level. Our RSI is heading down. We have a red dot on our momentum. Our momentum is starting to bend away, and our VWAP is starting to come down. Our money flow is in a little bit of a bullish trend, but it's starting to round away, so just watch if those lower time frames keep weakening. If they do, we could see this reject even lower. Again, you might be able to see that double top a little better here. Now that we have that move up, this move down, this move up, that's about the same. So if we make a move down, we could start a double top. If we come down here and go just chop sideways, that'd be more of a flag pattern though, which could push us forward. Over on Bitcoin dominance, we did try to break down through our support of our flag. Our RSI is trending out, Stochastic has a bearish cross. Our VWAP and our money flow are both in the bearish territory, bringing our momentum down, so overall we have bearish pressure. We have this manipulation X that wants to bring us down. With this candle, is an indecision candle. You can see these at bottoms, so if we get a strong green candle, that would be a bottoming pattern that could bring us up. If you're not familiar with these patterns, smash that like, hit the subscribe, and join us in the Discord up above or in the link in the middle of the description down below. Our RSI is sliding. Stochastic has a bearish cross. Money flow and VWAP are bearish, so overall we do have bearish pressure, but we do have the potential to make a bounce if we get a strong green candle. Over on our Bitcoin futures, we are within our flag still, so we do have this potential to push lower. Our RSI and our Stochastic are starting to round away. Our momentum is coming down, and our VWAP is coming down as well. The money flow is in a little bit of a bearish trend. It's getting consistent highs. So if it comes down and makes a lower low, we could continue a bearish trend that could try to break us out, as we do technically have 3 touches to this area up above, and usually after those 3 touches, you get your breakdown. Over on Bitcoin itself, we are staying within our pattern. We are under our Fibonacci for our golden pocket, so that is a bit of a rejection. We have touched the zone 3 times. That does make it weaker each time, but if we don't get some decent momentum through and actually hold a decent candle through this zone, it's likely it could just end up rejecting us. Stochastic is coming up, RSI wants to come up, momentum is rounding out, VWAP is rounding out, and our money flow is pretty flat. So I would just keep an eye on these lower time frames and see if they show any signs of bullish action. The 4 hour, our RSI is pretty flat, Stochastic is coming down, our momentum is trending out, our VWAP's about to break through this neutral and head toward the bearish territory, so I would keep an eye on that. Our money flow is heading away from neutral and rejecting toward the bearish territory, so if our VWAP breaks bearish and our money flow continues down, we are likely going to get a rejection from this area. Over on the 2 hour, our Stochastic is trending out, RSI is pushing away, and our momentum is coming down with a red dot as our VWAP is breaking through that neutral. Our money flow is pretty flat, so if our money flow doesn't gain some momentum through this zone right here, then it is likely we could reject and push lower. Over on the 1 hour, stochastic is diving down pretty hard. RSI is trending out, money flow is rounding away, and our VWAP is in the bearish territory, making a bearish trend. If this bearish trend continues and the money flow keeps weakening, we could see further bearish action and a rejection from this zone. It could act as more of a Bart Simpson as we're going up and down and not really moving very far. Usually when you have a flag, it's more consistent ebbs and flows. It's not just a jaggedness. Over on the graph for the daily, we are getting a second breakout, so shocker there. So that's why I did not delete this pattern, but now I am going to, because this bullish momentum could be eaten up if these other, if our Bitcoin doesn't start gaining some strength and the total doesn't start gaining strength, we could end up just seeing a rejection of this area now. We have a bit of a reversal arrow here that wants to break our trend. We are trying to start an uptrend. The last time we got a reversal arrow during this trend, it brought us down. So I would watch out for that to bring us down back in this pattern, and we may reject this pattern as we have gotten this breakout as well. So we could fall, break these resistance areas, and continue lower. That would be a possibility as well. Stochastic is heading up, RSI is trying to trend up, and our VWAP is pushing off this neutral pretty decently, giving our momentum some strength. Over on the 4 hour, we are trending up pretty decent. We could have like a inverse head and shoulders here that wants to break us a little bit higher. It wouldn't break us too much higher, probably around the top of this point, around that 912, 913. RSI is heading up, stochastic's heading up, our momentum's heading up, and our VWAP's moving up. So we do have some bullish strength here. VWAP is overall getting lower highs, but our momentum is trending up. Money flow wants to push forward, but we're starting to round away. If the money flow starts to reject here, we could see the VWAP weaken, and our other indicators suggest a sell-off. So I would be weary of that. Over on the 2 hour, we have a big bend on our stochastic. RSI is heading out. Momentum is starting to head down. We have lower highs on our momentum, even though price has higher highs, so we have bearish divergences there. Our VWAP is getting lower highs and trending out. Our money flow broke bullish, but it's starting to round away and wants to break bearish already. So if that breaks to the bearish side and our VWAP doesn't maintain any bullish action, we're likely going to see continued price action down. Over on the 1 hour, our stochastic has a bearish cross that could confirm RSI is heading out. Our momentum wants to round away, and our VWAP and money flow are testing that neutral. If they both break this neutral, we'll likely see a sell-off from here and see those lower price targets if we break this support area. Over on Anchor for the daily, we are trying to push forward. Not as strong as graph, but a decent push. Stochastic is heading up, RSI is heading up. VWAP and money flow have broken to the bullish side, so this is good for the daily, but they'll need to sustain on our lower time frames. Our momentum has a little bit of a divergence that could happen, same with the stochastic, as we are approaching a high we had, while these are getting lower highs relative to where we were then. So keep an eye on that. If we make bearish divergences, this could end up bringing us down and away from this pattern. Over on the 4 hour, our stochastic's getting lower highs here, starting to curl away. We have a double red dot, and our momentum is falling with our VWAP breaking toward that bearish territory. Our money flow is overall rounding out, so I would keep an eye on things. If our money flow continues down and our VWAP manages to maintain bearish action and get a new low, we would start a bearish trend that could bring us lower. We did believe we filled that higher gap, so I have been warning of that. We'd have to see the 1 hour. I believe we filled our higher gap now, so it is very possible we'll see those lower gaps fill now that we don't have very much momentum up. Our stochastic is starting to head down. We have a double red dot. Our momentum is trending out, and our VWAP is trying to make a bearish trend, so I would keep an eye on it. Money flow is pretty flat. We are in the bullish territory, but we can't get above the 6.4. If our money flow doesn't push toward above the 6.4 and the VWAP doesn't cross to the bullish side, we could end up rejecting away from this area. Over on the 1 hour, if you look, we are right around this 1986. So we do still have a little bit of a gap around that 1992 zone. So we could still come up a little bit for that and fill that area. But we are getting pretty overexhausted, so keep that in mind. Our momentum overall is trending out. Our stochastic has bearish divergences and is starting to push away. Our RSI is trending out. We have a pretty strong up channel, which is a bearish pattern. We would have multiple touches to the top. VWAP is trying to break through the neutral, but looks like it could reject. And our money flow overall is weakening, even though price action is moving up. So I would keep an eye on things. It seems a little manipulative right now, and like we could get dropped out. Over on XRP for the daily, we have a little bit of a red candle here that wants to bring us down. So that could confirm this reversal arrow trying to bring us down and away from this zone. Our stochastic is pushing up. We have a bit of a bearish divergence here. Momentum is rounding away. Our VWAP is starting to round away, and our money flow is starting to trend out. So we could set up a bearish trend in this bearish territory on our money flow if we get a lower low. I would keep an eye on that. That would have the strength to possibly make us break this point of control and see that value area low next. Over on the 4 hour, stochastic is pushing out, RSI is rounding away, and our money flow is rejecting away from that neutral with our VWAP. So overall, that could drag us lower if the lower time frames don't manage to get some bullish strength. Over on the 2 hour, our money flow is in the bullish territory. We're kind of flagging out here though, so I would keep an eye on it. If we manage to make a flag and drop lower, that could push the bottom of this support, which could end up dropping us out of our bigger flag. Our RSI is trending out, money flow is rejecting away, and our momentum's pretty oversold and looks like it could start to take a bit of a dip. Our VWAP is rejecting away from the bullish territory, so watch if it breaks lower. If it manages to bounce off the 6, we could start bullish trend. However, if it rejects the 6, then we could see lower price action. Our momentum is in the bearish territory as well, but that's again dependent on our VWAP. Over on the 1 hour, you can see we're kind of zigzagging around. This could be a shoulder, head, shoulder. That could end up breaking us to the downside as well. Our stochastic is pushing out, our RSI is trending away, and our money flow is coming out. Our VWAP's in the bearish territory, gaining decent strength, pushing our momentum down. So overall, we have more bearish indicators than bullish. If we break this zone right here, we are likely going to see a trend to this support. At which point, like I said, we could trend lower if we break that. Over on algo for the daily, we are pushing above our value area low and our resistance, so we are getting a confirmation move up. Our stochastic is pushing up, RSI is pushing up, our momentum is getting lower highs even though price action is making higher highs, so we have bearish divergence there. Our VWAP is starting to roll away, and our money flow is not really getting past this 5 zone, so if we can't break past this 5 zone, we could end up just seeing a sell-off, a rejection, and some sort of a double top. Over on the 4 hour, we have bearish divergences on our stochastic, multiple double red dots that want to bring us down. Our RSI is pointing down sharply, our money flow is coming out, and our VWAP and money flow want to break this neutral and head to the bearish territory. If our next candle is red and confirms red, that likely could start a sell-off to break this support area and drop us lower. Over on the 2 hour, our stochastic is heading out. It is getting pretty oversold. Our money flow is trying to push forward. RSI is taking a bit of a beating. Our momentum is rounding out with a double red dot as our VWAP has fallen to the bearish territory. If our money flow doesn't maintain our bullish action and our VWAP doesn't round and push off of this zone here, we likely could see lower price action. On the 1 hour, our momentum's overall coming down, stochastic is heading out, RSI is trending away, and our VWAP's in the bearish territory. The money flow was getting higher highs and trending up, but it's currently starting to head out. I would watch this money flow closely. If it continues to head out while the VWAP continues a bearish trajectory, then we could continue a bit of a sell-off and we may retrace these gains. We do have our meme coins, sorry, almost forgot about those. It is Saturday. Over on Doge, we do have this double bottom potential that I did mention a couple of times. Our stochastic is heading up, RSI is rounding away, VWAP starting to round away. Our money flow is starting to reject away from neutral, but our momentum wants to push up. If our money flow can't cross this neutral and our VWAP starts to sell off, this double top may not happen. Or double bottom, sorry. Over on the 4 hour, we have a bit of a red dot on our RSI that wants to bring us down. Our stochastic is struggling. Momentum's getting lower highs. Our money flow is trending away, and our VWAP wants to break this neutral. If our money flow continues down and our VWAP breaks neutral, we'll likely see continued price action down. Over on the 2 hour, we have bearish divergence here on our stochastic and our momentum. Our stochastic has a bearish cross. We have a double red dot on momentum. Money flow is trending out and our VWAP wants to break bearish. If this VWAP breaks bearish and the money flow starts to weaken, we could see a sell-off and reject this double bottom. Over on the 1 hour, stochastic is trending out, momentum's coming down with a bearish divergence, and money flow is trending away. Our VWAP's in the bearish territory and could start a bearish trend, so I would keep an eye on that. Finally, for SHIB, we have a bit of an ascending channel that could be forming. I would keep an eye on that. That could be a bearish pattern. Stochastic wants to head up. RSI is pretty flat. Our VWAP is struggling to get new highs. Our money flow is in a bearish trend. Our momentum is pushing forward, but if that VWAP rolls over, that will be short-lived. Over on the 4 hour, we're getting pretty tight here. RSI is heading down, stochastic's rolling away, and our momentum's getting lower highs and wants to push lower. Our VWAP is trending out with our money flow, so we could see a bit of a rejection here if we're not careful. Over on the 2 hour, we have bearish divergences on our stochastic. Our stochastic is getting a bit of a bearish cross and does want to drop down. RSI is trending away, momentum's rejecting away, and our VWAP's in the bearish territory. Our money flow is struggling to break past this 12 zone, so if it doesn't break past this zone and it ends up rejecting, we could see lower price action. Over on the 1 hour, our stochastic is trending out, momentum is falling with a double red dot, and our money flow is trending out. Our VWAP's in the bearish territory, overall in a bearish trend, so if we roll over for a lower high, that could end up dragging us lower and reversing any kind of bullish possibility. Thank you for watching tonight's video. I hope you have a wonderful night.